Hey everyone.
Hi there. Do we have sound?
We do.
Everyone hears us
We
good?
do. Thank you all for being here tonight.
All right. Thank you for
Come
being
on
here.
in. We see people logging in. Please
Yes.
come on in. By all means. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, guys.
It's so good to see everyone here. We're seeing comments pop up. We're seeing people logging in all across all the platforms we're streaming on. Thank
Great
you.
platforms.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Maybe more.
This is going to be a fun subject tonight, right?
It is. You ready to get rolling?
We are ready to get rolling.
All right.
Want to give it a few seconds or?
Sure. Yeah, we can.
Okay, come on in, everybody. Come on in. This should be really fun. We have a great topic tonight, and we picked this topic specifically because everybody voted on it. We did vote. We love you too. We love you too.
Love you too.
We picked this topic. Everybody voted on it. There were a lot of votes. Talk about purpose. We really thought after our last conversation, we were going to talk about more difficult people tonight.
People want that too, but they voted for purpose this time.
They did.
So
they voted on purpose. Hello.
That's what we're gonna do.
We have Gabby and Ray here.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Gabby.
Happy to have you both here.
I was gonna say, yeah. So there's, you see me looking down over here. I'm actually trying to look across our other platforms just to say hello to everyone and kind of guard the comments this evening.
Absolutely.
So,
thank you. We want to do better. We had so many comments last time. It was I don't think we could
get to them all.
It was a little challenging keeping up. We're not used to this. We're used to dealing more in a live seminar format, but this is really fun.
This is a lot of fun.
So hello, Regina.
Hi.
Hey, thank you for being here. Okay, so
this is Gary Grant. I'm Talesha Grant, and we're here with Heroic Life Strategies. Some of you are joining us on Heroic Living on our group on Facebook. Some of you are on Heroic Life Strategies on our Facebook page. And some of you are joining us on YouTube at Heroic Life Strategies. And we're just so happy you're here. We're excited to dive into purpose. And if you absolutely have any questions, any comments, anything you're curious about, please put that in the comments and we will try to get to whatever we can there. So,
absolutely. So let's get rolling. So you all decided to talk about purpose, and some of you may be in for a surprise this evening because we don't want to just give you pablum or like a generic. I know I banged the table. I'm passionate. Okay, so we don't want to just give. Truly, right? Okay. We don't want to give you just pablum answers as to like what purpose means. We want to kind of dive in a little bit deep and challenge you all so that you're getting something a little better here. The purpose of doing these videos, Talesha and I we coach. We've been coaching for nearly 15 years, maybe a little longer before we met each other. Yeah, but we love our jobs. We love our career working with people. And we thought, let's make a video channel. Let's give a chance to give back. Some of these concepts we cover in our seminars in a far deeper way. You're always welcome to join us in our seminars. If that's something you want, reach out to us, please. But certainly we don't want these videos. These videos are not an advertisement. These videos are just to have some fun with you and explore a little bit, and for you to come back with some questions and challenge us a little and tussle with us. Like that should be normal in our society, right?
Absolutely.
We should
have a good time here. We're here to have a good time to share some meaningful information and just to connect with you all. And I think that that's something that speaks to my heart. And
love it.
Yeah,
I love it so much. Okay, so purpose.
There.
Okay. Our lights in the beginning are an empty canvas. Okay. Mr. George Wheeler, we're going to come back to your quote.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Quite possibly after
we
start covering some stuff too, brother. But we're happy to have you jump in. We like it.
Very good. Yeah, thank you for
absolutely.
Sharing that.
Audrey Brooke, thank you for being here.
Hi, Audrey.
Love having you.
Some of you, I can't see your names, and we apologize. You might have to give it permission to show your name. Sometimes it says Facebook user. So if you're not sure if it's showing your name, please just include your name in your comment.
Yeah, please. Okay. So purpose. Why talk about purpose? Purpose tends to be like a word so many people are using these days. Like we hear it all the time. Oh, here's a seminar, a workshop on finding your purpose. Oh, here's another workshop on creating your purpose. And we want to offer you maybe a little bit of a different way of looking at purpose. Okay, let's pull this up a little bit. Okay, so what we're talking about is not discovering your purpose tonight.
Mhm.
And we're not talking about exploring your purpose tonight. We're talking about living your purpose, okay? As though you already know what your purpose is. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little different than maybe you've discussed before. So when we talk about living our purpose, and you see me glancing around because I'm trying to get back to the comments.
Me too.
When we talk about living our purpose, we're talking about making an assumption as to what we know our purpose to be, and we're going to talk about that tonight, right? And then actually living it out in our behavior. And what I don't mean our behavior in this moment, watching this video. We're talking about in all moments of our life, to have a heart of purpose, right?
Yeah.
So that our approach is fully engaged and courageous and just really, really powerful, ready to live. Okay.
Absolutely.
So we talked about this a little bit. Let's dive into this. Okay. What people traditionally think purpose is.
We get a lot of conversations about what people think purpose is, and I think we try to describe it as most people describe the vehicle by which their purpose is expressed as
Right.
their actual purpose. So
Right.
what all kinds of things.
We
like
hear dentist, we hear rock
be a
star,
nurse,
we
yeah.
hear nurse,
Be a
we hear
mom,
mom, we hear parent, we hear best husband,
spouse,
right? We hear
amazing wife,
cat owner, dog owner,
Yeah.
a painter, right?
good person,
Good
like
person, golf pro. We've
Mhm.
heard every type of purpose. We hear just somebody who says be successful as a purpose. And like we said at the beginning, we want to challenge you. What if we said that none of those are really your purpose? And what if we said none of those can be your purpose? Okay, so those are all kind of traditional ways to look at purpose. But if you look at what
Mhm.
those things have in common, is they're all goals, right?
places to get to,
They're all
things to do,
right.
right?
Places to get to, vehicles, right? Like ways to get to a place, right? Right? They're kind of destinations. I want to be a great mom.
They are,
right?
yeah.
Okay. And it's great. None of that's wrong. Like it's great to want to be a great mom.
Yeah, we're definitely not trying to take those things away.
Right.
I think that we're just trying to share that sometimes those things do get taken away for some reason or another, but that doesn't mean your purpose is lost.
Absolutely.
Right?
So I think what Talesha said is super, super important. We don't want to define purpose as something that can be taken from us, right? Like any of us could think, oh, this relationship is my purpose, or this friendship is my purpose, or being a mom is a purpose. And then what happens is we have conflict inside that relationship.
Yeah.
Right? Or we have conflict inside of that. Maybe we're going for something in life. Maybe it's like, we have so many people who call us and say, hey, I want coaching, I want to be an author, or hey, I want coaching, I want to be a millionaire. And we say, well, hey, those are great endeavors to pursue.
Dreams, goals, plans.
But never make an endeavor your purpose. Because if you make an endeavor your purpose, and then the endeavor starts to go south, right? You lose your sense of purpose. I mean, look at the litany of rock stars and actors and then child actors, right? You hear them like going off the deep end and losing themselves, right? Getting involved in drugs and getting involved in abusive relationships, right?
Yeah.
And you think like, how did this wonderful person like Michael Jackson, right? Or some of these other great figures that we love, how did they end up going off the deep end? Well, if you make your career your purpose, and then your purpose hits a speed bump,
might be disappointed. They might be completely lost in that.
Right.
Hi, Nancy.
Hey, Nancy.
And some others that I'm not sure who. Hello, thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
So what Gary's saying is really, really important. We, in our work together, like to focus on purpose as not a place to get to.
Right. Right. Uh, a metaphor, this may help, that we use is imagine that a ship is like cutting through the water, right? Cutting through the sea, right? And they have all
Mhm.
this water around. And what's the water? The water is the culture around you, and that includes the opinions of your friends,
Yeah.
and that includes your own inner doubts, and that includes the hardship that comes with a journey, and that includes some of the challenges that come with a relationship, right?
Yeah.
That's the water, right? And how do we keep the water out of our hull, right? Well, some people, like what they try to do is they try to double down on their commitment. I know what it is. I'll become more committed. I'll become more committed. But in the face of life, when you're hitting rocks, right? Right?
Yeah.
If you're going through easy waters, right?
Hmm.
Easy to stay committed, right?
Absolutely.
But then maybe you're going through waters where you don't see all your friends supporting you.
Mm.
I mean, you don't see your family supporting you.
Hmm.
You don't really feel a sense of like kind of love around you. And
Life is
with
not always agreeable,
oh heck
right?
no, right? Maybe you don't even feel it from inside. We get that too, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we do get the support of our family. Maybe we do get the support of our
Hmm.
friends and our loved ones, but something inside is torturous.
Hmm.
It could come from our past, or it could just be a
Sure.
sense of like a loss of self,
Yeah.
right? So that hull, right? We're talking about the ship cutting through the water. That hull starts to let water in. And then what happens is that eventually there's more water inside the ship than there's ship,
Right.
right? What do y'all think about that?
Sinking ship.
Everybody been there, right?
I have. I mean, I know that I have.
Truly.
I think that a lot of times, I talk to a lot of women mostly. And so a lot of things we talk about are things like, losing your purpose because your kids grow up, and then all of a sudden you don't have all of those things to do, all of that love to give and that kind of thing. Sometimes
Right.
things happen in life and you lose your purpose, and lots of things can fill your ship, overflow your ship, I think. Lots of
Absolutely.
feelings, lots of healing things that need to heal can fill your ship.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I like that metaphor. I
Absolutely.
do. Beautiful
Absolutely.
metaphor.
So, and thank you. Thank you. So we don't want to necessarily think we're a bad person if water is in our ship. If there's people on this call, sorry, on this call, we're so used to seminars. Sorry.
It's like a call, but with
If
video.
right. If there's some people here on this stream that are saying, well, I've already got so much water inside, right? There's
Mm,
so much of the opinions of others inside of me. I don't know where to start. I don't
yeah.
know whether to start, bailing out the water or bailing on the ship. Well, here's the good news. When you start working on your purpose, you tend to start
Yeah.
seeing the water that's in the ship as your friend too. That
Right.
becomes part of your purpose too.
Yeah.
You go, oh my God, I don't have stuff inside of me that's destroying me and taking me down. I have a chance at great effort to right my ship.
Yeah.
That's a heroic endeavor of itself.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't want to get into that part too deep.
I'm not gonna go too
Right,
deep
we can get
this
we can get
evening.
we can
I do have to say we had Gary. I think you mentioned earlier we have whole seminars on purpose. When we put this to a vote and it came with purpose, we were like, oh wow, we're gonna give you
I know,
a
right?
bite, a
Right.
little snack on purpose as much as we can. And maybe make some meals available in the
Oh,
future of
truly.
purpose.
Okay, so we promise you this. If you stick with us to the end, we're going to give you something to start strengthening your purpose. Okay, so this is not going to just be like philosophy hour with Gary and Talesha, and it's not going to even be an hour. Okay, but we do.
Maybe we said that last
We
week.
said that.
It was an hour.
Right. You made it take an hour.
Hey,
Okay,
we
right.
were happy. We love
Oh,
the
we loved
comments.
it.
We love the questions. It's really great. Yeah.
Okay. So I think we covered why we want to work on purpose. Okay.
Mhm.
I know Talisha and I have gone over this many times, that there's many strategies in life, right? There's time management strategies,
Mhm.
there's influence strategies, there's commitment strategies, there's goal setting strategies. We have to start looking at maintaining and fortifying our purpose as a strategy,
Mhm.
right? Maybe the most important strategy,
Yeah.
because even if you learn about influence and goal settings, right, and
Mhm.
time management and people management, right, and right, even if you have all of that down, but you can't manage your soul, you're constantly taking a ship that's wobbly into the waters, right? So I'm going to take this ship that I want to sail into this beautiful destination, right? But the ship, I have this feeling inside, is not made for a storm.
Yeah.
So I can talk fluff and courage all I want, but if I know my ship isn't made to sail rough waters,
Well, you won't be able to.
and we end up with fear, right?
Yeah. Lots of fear. Yeah. We'll add
Absolutely.
to that water.
Absolutely right.
We
We're
taint that
adding to the
water.
water. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk just for a second. Let's move on to this. I know we have a little slide for this. Okay, and we're going to talk real quickly about.
Go back to the comments so I can see the
Oh yeah,
comments.
yeah. Okay, purpose versus acquisition. Okay, many of us, why does water get in? Okay, like, so we have to talk about that, right? Why does water get in? Like, if we say to ourselves, well, God, I try all the time to live with a standard of purpose, right? But water is still getting in, so I'm affected by life rather than influencing life. Why does it happen? Well, think about it this way: anything you want in life is an acquisition.
Mhm.
Okay, so an acquisition could be anything from I want to heal, to I want a better relationship with my husband, to I want to, better house. I want a better standard of living for myself,
Better
right?
job. You know.
Absolutely. Better relationship. Anything you can want is an acquisition. Okay, and we've established that, right? There's nothing wrong with wanting things in life and setting
Right.
goals in life, okay? But if the goals become your identity, as the goals hit rocky ground, rocky water, your identity is attached to the goals. So your heart starts to feel like there's not much of me,
Mhm.
right? So, for instance, if you ask most people how they're doing, you say, "Hey, how are you doing?" And they say, "I'm not doing so well." You can know that most of their goals, most of the things they want, are not doing well.
Right.
Okay. And if you ask people, "How are you doing?" and they say, "I'm doing super," for the most part, it's because their goals are doing super.
All the plans are great.
Right, right. So I love what you said.
We should ask, how's your purpose?
Right,
We get different answers, I think. You
right,
know.
right. So most people live what we call plans or acquisition oriented, meaning the whole of their identity is all based on what they want, right?
Mhm.
And when what they want is not going so well, okay, they don't feel complete. And then guess what? From a sense of non completeness, the way they approach life is kind of like unsure of themselves, right?
Right.
And they start to think to themselves, I need to get all of this right so I feel strong again. So I feel a sense of self again. And that's a bad thing. That's like, okay, you've heard have you all heard of the metaphor of the tail wagging the dog? Okay, that's what it is.
Yes.
Okay. So what we're doing is here's the ship again. Let's come back to the ship thing since you all like that metaphor. Okay, here's a ship going through the water. So the water has gotten into the ship, and now let's pretend the ship goes, hey, let's just pretend we're water.
Mm.
Right? Let's just pretend let's pretend water is okay. But we know that water isn't okay because water will compromise us. And by the way, that's something
Will
we
sink
talk
us.
about a
Yeah.
lot in our coaching.
Yeah. Take us down.
To some of the people that are on our seminar tonight, or sorry, on the stream tonight,
Live stream.
this live stream tonight, you'll know we're constantly asking, is there anything compromising you? What that means is we want to call out that water that's in the ship. We want to approach it. We want to bail that water out, strengthen that sense of purpose. Okay. So that's why it's so important. So people, including, and when I say people, I mean you and I and everyone here, we're all living a bit acquisition oriented. And while we're living acquisition oriented, we're going to be affected. Okay. Okay.
And we're all doing that. I mean, at some point, at some point you want to get somewhere on time. You want to, you want things to happen. You feel like you want things to happen. So of course we always have wants and desires and goals in mind, but that should never be mistaken for purpose.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So in a second, we'll talk about what purpose actually means. Okay. But let's talk about the difference between purpose and acquisition. So with purpose is something you can't lose. Okay. You could lose a dream. You can lose a relationship. You can have a relationship deteriorate. You can have your sense of confidence deteriorate. You can feel uneasy with life at times, right?
You can lose a job. You can lose your people that we've known have lost their nursing licenses. They're something they work so hard on, their dreams. A child. Right. I mean, you can lose a lot of things.
You can. Purpose is something transcendent, but only if you fortify it. Meaning it's there for us. If it's there for all of us as something that we can fortify and strengthen in our life, a sense of purpose, and I think this is important, unto all things. Mm-hmm. Meaning a purpose isn't a thing you do. A purpose is something you bring to all you do.
Absolutely.
And that's worth writing down, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, it's not a thing you do. It's something you bring to all you do, and you're hoping to make your hull, remember the hull of the ship? Okay, you're hoping to make that strong enough so that sense of purpose can be there for you in all you do.
Fortify it.
Right. We've had some people ask us, they said, well, to Gary and Talesha, if we're working so much on our purpose, wouldn't that take away from our goals? Wouldn't that make me not so goal-minded? And I think a better way to look at it is none of this conversation is about taking our goals and our desires and lowering them. We're talking about taking our standard of purpose and raising it. Mm-hmm. Okay. When you approach life with a standard of purpose as opposed to acquisition, you're not as affected. You're more free to move inside of your goals, right? Right. Life doesn't affect you.
You're fit for your path.
Right. Yeah. I think that's what Talesha just said. That's a metaphor we use again and again. Purpose is like spiritual fitness.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's really what it is.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you can't lose your purpose. Your purpose defines you from the inside out, whereas acquisition defines you from the outside in. Meaning the culture defines you. Mm-hmm. Right? You're looking to the culture, like, how do you feel about me? What do you think about this? Yeah, right?
Other people define you.
How is my dream?
Defines you, right?
Right.
The path defines you.
Absolutely.
Versus you.
I like that.
Making the path.
Absolutely. So let's jump ahead just a little bit here. So I think for us to leave you, or at least, I think we kind of covered that a little bit. We did. Right. No, that's, I
get it. Okay.
we want to leave you with something. And then, of course, if there's any questions, and by the way, if there's any questions you want to start jumping in here now and start asking us thoughts on it, challenges on it, we love challenges. Okay.
I'm up for it.
The most simple practice of purpose are the words, I'm made for this. Okay. That's the most simple practice of purpose. Okay. And since like we're talking about this boat, like cutting through the water, the best way the boat can start to have a practice of not letting water in. Listen, you can use affirmations. You can sit here and say to yourself, like, I don't take things personally.
Right.
And take everything
but it's hard.
Yeah,
it's very, very difficult. If you don't have, I think that I'm made for this helps it be less hard, so that even the hard things, are really kind of contextualized by I'm made for this.
Absolutely.
Even if it's hard, even if it doesn't feel good, even if it feels challenging, even if there's waves, to use the metaphor,
right?
I'm made for this.
Absolutely.
I think I say that several times, maybe a day.
Right. Right.
The dog runs away. I'm made for this. I can go and get you.
Right.
I just I think we I know we joke a lot, but we both use that often.
Right. So we've said to people before, well, isn't that the same as I can do this? Or isn't that the same as I can get this done? And the answer is no. It's not the same. I can do this is a statement of achievement. Right? You're making a statement of like, I can get this done. I can get this complete.
We're back to acquisition again.
Right. We're back to acquisition. Sure, you can get it done and feel like junk while you're doing it. Right. Right. Like people who like are looking for some healing in their lives. Mm-hmm. Like the path toward healing has to contain the destination. Right. So if they're taking a path toward healing, but it's a treacherous journey where they're in so much turmoil as they're going toward it, that's what they've packed to take with them. So what we're talking about when we're saying I'm made for this is that simple moment in time and space saying this is okay with me.
I'm made for healing.
I'm made for healing.
You can make this and just put
whatever it is
you need to
right
in that blank.
Right.
You could do really well with that.
I'm made for chasing dogs. I'm made for this.
Clearly we are.
Right. The other day we had this family gathering, and she's gonna laugh at this, but so we had all our family over, and it was a beautiful night. Awesome. We worked so hard. We love our family so much. We said, let's make this like this kind of sacred place where everybody can come together and just really enjoy the time. And after it was all done, and Talesha and I, and the help of others, like we put everything away, and it was such a perfect night. And Talesha said, "What's that in the corner?"
Oh my gosh. Because well, I didn't know you were going to go there, but
I am.
We had the rescue pups out with us, and
we rescue pups
in this beautiful area. We got all nice and beautiful, for the family out by the pool, and that the pups were out there. They had a ball with everyone, and it was a little present
right
in the corner.
Right.
And well, in this case, you were made for this.
but no, but okay, I know it's a joke.
I know, but I didn't handle that job particularly. I was doing other things.
But Talesha looked, and the lights were out, and I could see my lady was tired, and she said, "What is this?" And I said, "Babe, I got this." Okay. I said, "Sweetie, go upstairs, take a shower, relax." Right. And here's the funny thing: I was exhausted. I was so tired, like out of my mind. The ritual was over. Yes, the lights were off. Right. And here I am. Yes, Audrey, it is true. Here I am.
You missed it. You missed that. You left too soon.
Right. You were not made for this. Okay. So, okay. But here I am at midnight picking up doggy poops. Okay. And you know something?
At least it was outside.
I swear it didn't affect me at all. I just went, she said, oh no, like really, we could just take a hose to it like in the morning.
Yeah.
And I said, sweetie, I'm made for this.
I
And I
wanted to
wasn't
give him a
joking.
pass
But
because he'd worked so hard already. I just was like, really, it's like a little. I won't say it. Cherry on top.
but there it is. Okay, so if you want to start working on fortifying purpose, and you are willing to take a chance on this, that there is an eternal and transcendent purpose, and the purpose is not to acquire things. How do I know this? Because at the end of your life you will lose all things. So I know acquisition is not your purpose. Okay, Talesha, and I know it's not your purpose.
You can't lose your purpose,
right?
You
so
really can't.
If you live to acquire,
you can think you did.
You will deal with existential terror in your life. And I'm not taking that lightly. That's very, very serious. Okay. Right. So if you want to strengthen your ship, you must say, I'm made for this at the doggy poop in your life. Whatever that is, arguing with your child, your mate's not happy with you, right? You're, by the way, this is not just, we've made a lot of references to external challenges in this, conversation with you all.
Could be health, could be
feeling, absolutely.
Could be traffic.
Absolutely. Could be traffic. Could be low sense of confidence to go like, hey, I have, I'm dealing with some lack of confidence here. Let me start. It's not that lack of confidence is a great thing to have, but let me start by looking at it and saying, I'm made for this. Let me just say, I'm made for this. And how do we know you're made for it? Okay, this will be kind of the last thing. Okay, if we were each an author of a great epic novel, right? And in this novel, we know it's a heroic novel and it has your name branded in the pages. And we know it's heroic because it's going to end heroically. Anything you meet in that novel with your name on it, you are meant to meet heroically. That's the author's job. Think about it. The author's job is to prove to the reader that the hero, you, are made for this. Okay. Now, does that solve everything? No, we can't give you an 8-hour conversation tonight. This isn't like we wish we can give you a seminar. Okay. We don't have that time tonight.
The last comment. I don't know exactly who said it, but, how is I'm made for this connected to your purpose?
Love it. Love it. You want to hit that one?
I'll let you. Go ahead.
Okay. When I say I'm made for this, we're starting to say that there's something about my approach, right? Yeah, yes, Mr. Nelson, you are made for this right now. You're made for this, right? Okay. So we're starting to be open to the idea that my approach defines me. So we haven't touched on the ultimate purpose yet, but we're starting to say I'm open that how I approach this moment defines me, and that's everything. Yeah. That's the start of fortifying sovereignty, right? Yes. What's sovereignty? Sovereignty is like being a king or a queen in your life, right? And how do kings and queens and heroes handle things? With dignity.
Absolutely.
With character. I mean, they're supposed to. But
and we mentioned that on the how to deal with difficult people.
We did.
Notice that I think that if you continue to follow our videos, there will be a unifying theme of living by purpose. That the journey shapes you. Even if you don't always love the shape, that what's shaping you, it's important.
Absolutely. So I cannot say that I loved picking up doggy poops at midnight, but I can say that I didn't mind it.
It's a nice present.
And if I didn't mind picking up doggy poops, okay, Maybe I should get a shirt. I didn't mind picking up doggypoops.com. Okay, right. Okay.
Wait, I didn't. This is not on. There's a
No,
little. There's
no,
a
I'm
small
improving a
paper
little.
here. It's very small. It just has a few things on it to kind of not forget. This was not on this paper. I love you.
Okay, I love you.
But it was a good recent event.
It was.
that,
Okay, so
you know,
if you are made for picking up the doggy poops in your life, the other challenges that come up in your life, you will also be made for. You'll just say, hey, this is life. I'm a hero.
mhm.
I'm not just trying to circumvent, right, the challenges of my life.
Mhm.
I'm here to not just get through them, I'm here to get from them.
Absolutely.
Okay. And we're going to leave you with that.
I think
Okay.
that's
Leave you with some food for thought.
That's perfect.
But we do want to ask if there's anything you all want to ask. You've been like so attentive, and
yes.
I think we have
we
like
have lots of great comments,
lots of
thanking
listeners,
us, and
but
we
like
appreciate you so much.
right.
And if you come up with questions later on, you're always welcome to revisit this post. We'll check the comments and we'll look if we can answer it. Maybe in a future video, we could even answer it. But we just appreciate you all being here.
Right.
Thank you so much. Some of you that we couldn't name you, just says some of them say Facebook user, YouTube user. We apologize for that. We love you.
Yeah,
and,
thank you
we
for
wish
being
you well,
here.
and you are made for this.
You are made for this, but build that. It's a muscle.
Yep.
It doesn't come easy, and you have to strengthen it.
It doesn't. Sometimes I do go like, I'm made for this, or
right.
Grr.
Right.
But not so much anymore. I think that it all becomes smaller stuff. A lot of it does become a lot smaller. When we just started to apply that, when living by purpose,
right.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much,
Jean Marie. Thank you so much. Yes, I think that for sure we could do a future call on handling adversity. That's a great one. Nelson.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. With that.
By the way, Nelson, thank you for opening that up. Any ideas for future future streams that you want from us, or questions? We
love you.
We love you too. If you continue leaving questions on this video, we'll continue coming back and answering them, or we'll come back later.
We will, absolutely. And we'll probably, let's put up another poll.
Yeah, we'll put up another poll.
Look for that tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Good night, Regina.
Good night, Regina. Good night, Nancy.
Good night, Abigail.
Good night, Audrey, Abigail. Yes.
God bless you all. Thank you all for being here. Okay. Remember,
Gabby and Ray.
You're heroes, and you're made for this.
You are made for
Use that. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night.